Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mariah and today's topic is OCD. This video will have responses from people who have OCD. I first wanted to learn about OCD after reading a thread on it from Twitter. I thought it would be an important topic to share. Before I get into the topic of OCD, to be honest, I only knew about the surface level version of OCD. I knew that OCD is called obsessive compulsive disorder, but I thought that OCD was about obsessively cleaning things. I was wrong, and I'm sorry for thinking that. Below are the responses that I found on Twitter from people who have OCD. The first person's response was, OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. A quick explanation is that it's a collection of intrusive thought patterns, your obsessions, that trigger compulsive behavior or compulsions as a way to stop the thoughts because the thoughts are terrifying. Now these thoughts are, for me, always catastrophizing and ego dystonic, meaning the opposite of what I actually like or believe. It's literally my brain trying to convince me that I'm awful and will be the end of all I love. It is not just behaviors. It is not just behaviors. It is not like things. It is not liking things neat and tidy. It is not being attentive to details. These can be OCD compulsions, but these are on their own not OCD, and claiming that you're so OCD because of these things is actively harmful because it means people don't believe us. Today, my obsessive thought pattern goes like this. Trigger warning. Bed bugs and pet death. I'm going to infest my house with bed bugs. It will give my cats parasites and they'll die. We won't be able to afford to exterminate them, so we'll lose our house. Trigger warning. Death and bed bugs. Since I'm disabled, losing my home will kill me and my husband. In short, my brain is trying to convince me that I have a bed bug infestation, and it will be the reason my cats, my husband, and I all die. Now, this is not logical. Trigger warning, bed bugs and death. This is obviously untrue. There is no infestation, and even if there was, it's treatable and will not lead to anyone's death. Yet here my brain is actively trying to convince me of this, and it won't stop. Cue compulsive behavior to make it go away. My current compulsive behavior is talking a lot, so much so that I wasn't letting others speak. I was actively bothering others and looked rude, all because I could not think. I have to stop this obsession. Now, intrusive thoughts by themselves do not equal OCD. Even having compulsive behaviors because of intrusive thoughts is not OCD. Hashtag real OCD is when this pattern happens so much that it impairs life and causes distress. Just like how this morning my OCD impacted my socializing. My OCD causes me regular severe anxiety attacks. My OCD has left me puking and unable to breathe. My OCD has gotten me in trouble at jobs because people think I'm refusing to be flexible or open to other opinions. My OCD impacts multiple areas of my life and it makes me miserable. I try to self-advocate for my needs and be honest about when my OCD is acting up. But every time you say I'm so OCD or a variation of it, you're the reason people do not believe me. Because I'm not tidy, I'm very messy. I'm not obsessive. I'm not obsessed with certain aesthetics. I also don't like the stereotype. I don't look like Adrian Monk from the detective show Monk. So when I say this is my OCD and this is what I need, people roll their eyes and go, I'm sorry, sure it is. I made this thread because we need to normalize what hashtag real OCD looks like. So please stop with I'm so OCD. Don't say that you wish you had OCD or tell anyone that a little OCD is a good thing. It's not. It's miserable. It destroys lives. You don't want this. It won't help you, and those comments get in the way of getting help to people with real OCD. The second person's response was OCD for me is incredibly internal rather than manifesting as external/slash physical compulsions that might be more commonly considered OCD symptoms. It can be a very strange spiral of internal thoughts that run counter to my beliefs, but seem to feed on my fear. The third person's response was, I want to get rid of the notion that you have to be neat to have OCD. You don't. Hoarding is often a compulsive OCD behavior. Some people with OCD buy everything in multiples. Some cannot clean because it's too overwhelming. Some do impulsively clean so they avoid it because if they start cleaning, they can't stop. Some just don't have some just don't have contamination OCD. Contamination OCD is not the only kind of OCD. It's just the one everyone knows about. And even then, having contamination OCD does not necessarily make someone a compulsive cleaner. And being a compulsive cleaner does not necessarily mean somebody keeps a house well. Personally, I have contamination OCD surrounding dishes, which makes me unable to do dishes. It's because I have OCD that cleaning the kitchen is difficult for me. I am also a compulsive cleaner. Because my contamination anxiety can prevent me from cleaning certain things. But my contamination anxiety can prevent me from cleaning certain things. I'm autistic and tend to have low spirits because being in public all day drains my energy more than most people. Some days I avoid cleaning and avoid looking at certain parts of my apartment because if I see them, I'll get an urge to clean. If I start, I can't stop, and I'm tired. There are also just other types of OCD. Not everyone has contamination OCD. I also have pretty severe mortality OCD and sorry if I say this word wrong. I'm sorry, I'm not going to even try to attempt to say because I can't say it. I also have mild harm OCD and safety OCD. And there are many more types that others have that have nothing to do with cleaning. Harm OCD is centered around the fear of harming others or oneself, or fear that you harmed someone in the past and forgot. Safety OCD is centered on fears for your safety or other safety. The fourth person's response was, guys, I've been diagnosed with OCD for 2 years, and this is literally the first time I've heard about multiple types of OCD. Mess makes me crazy anxious, but I can be so overwhelmed I can't deal with it. I have intrusive thoughts all the time. The fifth person's response was, I'm very untidy. Even though clutter makes my mind sad, it's hard for me to sort things. Well, until I start sorting things, then I can't stop because, oh, vacuum, oh, duster, oh, organize that, and that's a problem too. The sixth person's response was, my contamination OCD is less about germs and more about seeing particle bits and debris in a place that it should. This means that if I drop some rice on the kitchen floor and I'm not wearing shoes, I have to exit the room and sob while my partner cleans. It's very it's very attached to my sensory processing of things touching me or having the potential to touch me. Often my solution is to take off my glasses to take off glasses so you can't see it anymore. The 7-person response was, I used to have what is called symmetry over OCD, where if I touch something with one side of my body, I had to touch it the exact same way on the other side. The feeling of what I touched would linger and made me feel lopsided if I didn't do it. It was so annoying. And the last person's response, or the eighth person's response was, I have I have contamination OCD, but cleaning/washing hands is only a small part of it. I struggle more with contact with people touching my food, etc. And I also have checking OCD, which is an absolute nightmare. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'm open to any suggestions you have for any future video topics. Please let me know what they are in the comment section below or on my Twitter page. And my Twitter handle is @BurleyMariah, and I can spell it for you, @BurleyMariah. Next week I will not be recording a video because of the holiday. I hope everyone's continuing to stay safe. I'll post my notes in the comment section for anyone who needs them. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to. And if you found this video to be helpful, feel free to share this video with anyone you think might need it. If you want to be notified for when I do any live stream or upload any new content, you're going to want to hit the bell icon. Now under the bell icon, you're going to want to select the all options. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Bye!